Hi everyone, and thanks for joining me. I have an exciting embroidery video for you today. We're going to be doing some faux fabric chenille. This is such a unique and fun way to create a shabby looking chenille. This is from All Things Applique. She's got a heart, a bunny, a cross, and a shamrock just in time for St. Patrick's Day. But look how cute this is. This is what we're going to be doing in the video. This is so unique. I'll show you a close-up right here. I can think of so many ways to use this. You could put it on a shirt, you could put it on a bag, you could put it on a little zipper pouch, a backpack, anything like that, anywhere that you usually use chenille. What a fun way. You could even make some chenille patches for hats or something like that. So super cute. This is so easy. You're not going to believe how easy it is. All you're going to need is a couple pieces of fabric. You're going to need to stabilize your project, whether that be a t-shirt or a tote bag. I'm going to do this tote bag in the video, and I'm just using some simple tearaway. And you're going to need a chenille cutter or a pair of scissors. There's a couple different types. I will link the one that I'm using in the description below. I like this one a lot. Or you could just use scissors if that works for you. So let's get started making some, what she's calling faux chenille. Let's go. So I'm doing this on a tote bag. You could do this on a shirt or whatever you want. I'm going to do this one on a tote bag. I have it hooped with a piece of tearaway. I'm using my 8.41 by 9.185 mighty hoop, otherwise known as the 8 by 9 mighty hoop. And I've got 3 pieces of fabric. You can use 2 or 3 pieces of fabric, whatever you want. I'm going to use 3. And then you're also going to need some kind, you can use just scissors, but this chenille cutter makes it really easy. This one's by Olfa. I'll show you how this works. There are a couple other varieties of chenille cutters, but I like this one. So that's all you're going to need. I printed out my design just for, I wanted to make sure that the name was going to fit inside this mighty hoop. I could have made it maybe a little bit bigger, probably should have, but we're just going to go with this for the demonstration. So I've already sent the design over to the PR 1055X. You could also do this on a single needle very easily. You do not need a multi-needle, but I will walk you through the PR 1055X just in case you're using that. Here we are at the 1055X. I sent this over wirelessly, so I'm going to click this button. Here's my design, and we're going to click set. That looks great. The next thing I want to do is get this centered on my machine. So I'm going to click the camera. It's going to tell me the frame's going to move. You can see I've got a picture of the image and a picture of my frame. So all I'm going to do is move these until they line up on top of each other. Now you can see I've got it perfectly lined up. The image is sitting right on top, so I can go ahead and remove that from my frame. The next thing I want to do is program my stops. So I'm going to click Edit In. And I am going to tell it to stop after every step. I'm going to click OK. And now we're going to program our colors. So we're going to go ahead and click Embroidery. And I am going to click the magic wand button. And the first stitch is the placement stitch. So I am going to do that in, let's see. Once we've got that all set, we're going to click OK. And we're going to run that first step. After the first step, you're going to put your fabric down, covering that placement stitch completely. And we're going to run the next one. All right, once that one's down, you're not going to take it off and trim it. You're going to leave that just like it is and put 1 or 2 more pieces of fabric right over that stitch. Make sure it's completely covered. And we're going to lock and run the next one. This is going to run all of the chenille channel stitches. Once it's run all of the channels in the stitches, you're going to take it off of the machine. We're going to bring it over here, and whether or not you can see all these channels that are sewn in here. So what we're going to do is you're going to leave that first layer that was tacked down, and we're going to cut the fabric away from this just a little bit so that we can see and access these channels on one side of the heart. Can you see the channels? All the stripes going down. Probably see it better from the inside. So it sewed all of these channels. So what you're going to do is we cut from this side so we can access those channels. So you're going to take your chenille cutter, and you'll see the blade is exposed on one side. You want to make sure you get the right side. You're just going to leave this piece down that was tacked down. You're going to leave that. The ones that you put on top and the ones that the channel's sewn through, you are just going to run this blade right through each channel. It's very simple. Should have done those channels in a little darker thread so you could see them, but all right. So now we're going to put it back on the machine and run the next step. Leave it just like this. This is a triple bean stitch that's running on the outside of the heart. We're going to remove it from the machine one more time. And now you have a choice. If you want to run the final finishing stitch, you can trim this as close to the side as you want. If you want to leave it as a raw edge applique, you can leave 1/4 to 1/8 of an inch. And I think I'm going to leave it that way. I'm going to skip the finishing stitch. I did the finishing stitch on this one. If you want to see it, it just does a zigzag. But I think I'm going to leave this one raw edge just to see the difference. So I'm just cutting 1/8 to 1/4 of an inch outside, and you can trim this one as well. And again, if you want to put that finishing stitch in, then go ahead and trim closer to your stitches. If you want to leave it raw edge, it's as much or as little as your personal preference. All right, so we're all trimmed up, all that you have to do. If you want to go ahead and run that finishing stitch on there, you can. I'm going to leave it with the raw edge. I just think it goes with it. I'm going to use my little vac, get these little pieces up. But this is meant to look shabby. So what you do is just run your fingers through it, kind of open up those channels. You want it to look kind of messy. It's going to fray those raw edges a little bit. You can trim those up if you don't like it as frayed. But you really just want to rough it up a little bit with your fingernail. I kind of just stick my finger in the channel and run back and forth. And then you get that shabby look. Now, if you don't want all of the fraying. You can trim some of that. I trimmed a little bit. I like it, some of it. And you can mess with it as much as you want, or rough it up as much as you want. I want it to be shabby. These markings are done with an erasable pen, so with the heat of an iron, these will come off. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the name on it and then unhoop it, and I'll show you the finished project. So here's the finished project. I love how this looks. This is so much fun. It's from All Things Applique. I will link it in the description below. She's got a couple other designs. She's got a bunny for Easter. She's got a cross. And I believe there's the heart, and I'm not sure that, oh, I think there is a shamrock. So go over there and check out her website. This is a really fun, really easy and unique way to make some shabby looking chenille. I think it's so cute, and I hope you guys enjoyed it too. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and share. Don't forget to click that bell so that you're notified every time there's a new video. Thanks so much for watching, and until next time, never stop making. See ya. Bye-bye.